And we're in episode 6.
Yeah, welcome back.
Of the No Name Pod. Welcome back. Thanks for those that keep on watching.
Yeah.
Never going to stop saying that because we're always grateful. So, episode 6, we're bringing you some sports as we usually do, some bit of news, bit of Krabby's Corner. I've got one. Not sure you've got anything.
Yeah, I've not got one this week.
This week,
Yeah.
our top 5. Well, we'll have a look at a bit of the top 5. I won't say what it is now.
I haven't thought of that. I know what the top 5 is, but I haven't actually thought of
And
that.
then we'll go for a tenable. I think it's your turn.
It is,
to take me on. So, in terms of sports then, I've put on here mixed bag for City, but we're still top.
Yeah, I think since the last pod was uploaded, we've got our first loss on the Friday.
Yeah.
We lost 3-2 to Wrexham away. But we bounced back excellently last night after
Yeah.
going 1-0 down as well, and beat Sheffield United 3-1 after a performance by the enemy at the CBS. So yeah.
I think out of the first game, the Wrexham game that we lost, I thought we got exactly what we deserved from that game, which was nothing.
To be honest, I think that result had been coming for a while, and
yeah,
I don't necessarily think it was a bad time for it to happen.
No, I kind of, I think sometimes the longer that undefeated run goes on, it starts to become bigger than the actual thing you're aiming towards. So I don't think a loss would have done them any harm in terms of sort of humbling the group a little bit, keeping their feet on the ground, making them realise that they're not totally unbeatable. They're not just going to walk this league because they're not.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the toughest, most competitive leagues in world football. You don't just come and stroll through it.
Well, I do think it's not a bad thing to say after 13 games, or after 12 games it would have been, to get a bit of a reality check.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a knockback down. I think the same could be said for the management team, as in, I don't think they necessarily got it right with the setup, changing certain players, and it's a bit of a reality check of like, this is how quickly stuff can just go wrong. Like you can suddenly just go and lose to somebody, like, because also it's so alien. Like you can't see your team ever losing when you play like that, and it's nice for the players to have a bit of a feel of, oh god, like we can actually lose. We are beatable.
I think Matt Grimes put it quite well in the post-game interview. It's that realisation that if you're not on your level, if you're not right at the level you're supposed to be at, you can lose to anybody.
Yeah.
In the same way you can beat anybody if you're really at your best, you can lose to anybody.
Yeah.
And with the tough run of fixtures that we've got coming up, obviously Sheffield United, although Sheffield United are towards the bottom of the league, I still think they're a good team.
I do.
They've got lots of good players. They've got a really good squad. They're not playing very well at the moment, but I still think they'll be in the top 7 or 8 of the league when it's finished, when all's said and done, in April, May time. And it was a good win. And like you said, we had the enemy playing beforehand, which
they did literally play one song.
Although we weren't at the game, and they sort of, having seen bits on social media and speaking to a couple of people that were at the game, it just looked epic.
Yeah,
it just looked brilliant.
It was amazing.
And it was great, sort of, to see nearly 30,000 watching a Coventry City match on a Tuesday night
in November.
Very, very impressive. Very impressive. So now we go on to Stoke away on Saturday, first versus second.
Yeah, the Mark Robins derby.
The Mark Robins, it's. I would imagine that he's probably desperate to get one over.
Oh, I'd be
on us,
dying
because when we played them, when he came back, and we played them earlier towards the end of last season.
I think no matter how, obviously he's a club hero and a club legend, but regardless, if a team sacked you, you'd be dying to go and beat it, wouldn't you?
Especially on your home patch with your new team. I would think, and he's, much like our new manager Frank Lampard, has become a hero amongst Coventry fans in a short space of time. I think Mark Robins has done exactly the same thing
with them,
at Stoke. I think he's a hero.
I do think, though, it's a massive game for both teams, obviously, because we're right up there. It's also a good test for us, because you can go and bully teams that are lower than you, well done, but how do you react when you've got to play the other top teams? It's a massive thing, a huge thing to go and do. Like, to go and play, I think it's the first game where we've played somebody around us so far.
Yeah.
We played other teams you'd expect to be around us, but one like I think teams like Blues and Leicester that were expected to be up there. But
I think Millwall are up there at the moment, aren't they?
They are, to be fair,
and I think QPR are up there at the moment, or they were for a little bit, and we obviously slapped them as well. But Stoke away, last game before another bloody international break. It does mean, with the lead, because we're 4 points clear at the top of the league, so it does mean that regardless of what happens, we'll be top of the league into the international break.
Another international break at the top.
Yeah. What's your prediction?
Jesus, this is the hardest one to predict yet. It's got to be. I don't want to predict a draw. That's what I think the result's going to be.
Yeah.
But I'm not predicting a draw. If we win, it's a massive.
It'll be a massive win.
Like a huge result.
It'd be a huge win. It would also be our 10th win of the season.
I think 1-0 Coventry City.
It's a funny one because I think it'll be a draw as well. But the way both teams are playing at the moment, Stoke are all of a sudden
it could be
scoring goals. It could be 10-all.
But it could be 3-0 Stoke.
Yeah, it could.
It's like
you could really see it going any which way. I'd be really happy with a draw. Like you say, a win would be.
I'd be happy with a draw.
An absolutely phenomenal result. Yeah. But it's one of those you think, do they go there with the attitude of like,
we're the top,
don't lose?
But I sometimes I think, is that necessary? I know they're second and I understand and I know it's away. But we are 4 points ahead of them already. And top. Nobody is ahead of us.
But if we get a draw, even if Middlesbrough win, if we get a draw, we'll still be 3 points clear at the top. So you think...
And it's taking points off Stoke.
Don't want to go there with the attitude of playing not to lose.
Yeah.
But I've got to be a little bit pragmatic.
Yeah.
At some point. And I'm going to go. I am going to predict a draw. I'm going to say 2-2.
See, I was literally just going to say after you made your prediction, that is what I think the score's actually going to be. But I will never predict Cov to
won't
do
predict
anything
us to
but
lose.
Win. Yeah, I'll never predict us to lose or draw. I'll always predict us to win. That's what I think the score's. It'll either be 1-1 or 2-1. 2-2, 1-1 or 2-2 is my actual prediction.
Yeah.
But 1-0 for the sake of the podcast.
So, the next sort of.
Do you not want to move on to the NFL section?
Not yet. I know you're itching. I don't care this week because my team want to buy. But
yeah.
The other thing, so since we last filmed this podcast, we've had Wolves have sacked their manager, and Southampton have sacked their manager too. So Frank Lampard all of a sudden becomes in the conversation for
that's hilarious.
for leaving.
That's hilarious.
Or he's been heavily linked. I think he's been heavily linked with the Southampton job. Off the back of the fact that apparently he owns a lot of property down that way.
Great. He probably owns a lot of property all over the place.
I think he'd be crazy to go anywhere at all.
Not a chance.
But you're the manager and you've put together the team that's absolutely flying at the top of the league.
Not a chance.
Are you going to go to the team that's fourth bottom?
The odds on betting apps, right, of Frank Lampard to go to Southampton should be 8 million to 1. There is no way he goes to Southampton.
I'd like to think he's in a position now where he might not. I mean, but it's a similar situation with when he was at Derby, I suppose, as well. He might never ever have it better in terms of relationship with the fans,
course,
the ways that he might never ever have it better than what he's got it right now.
Yeah.
With Coventry City, so I don't think he'll go, but money talks. Ultimately.
Money talks, it does, but they wouldn't offer him that much more, if more at all, than he's on at Cov, and he doesn't need the money anyway.
Well, you think if he goes to Southampton, with the greatest of respect to Southampton, if he goes there, he's automatically planning for next season in the Championship.
Yeah.
if you stay at Coventry, there's a more than reasonable chance that you're probably planning for next year in the Premier League. It's
Don't want to say it, but
I don't want to say it, but
Jesus,
we're right in the mix now.
We are in the mix,
aren't we? Yeah, we're one of the teams
we are.
that are going to be fancied. I still think Ipswich are starting to look good.
I still think Ipswich will finish in the top two.
I think they'll be one of the newly promoted, the automatically promoted teams.
I still think
when they win the league or finish second, I think they'll
we'll
be
win
one
the league,
of the automatically promoted teams.
We'll win the league. They'll finish second. Middlesbrough finish third. Stoke will
Yeah.
finish fourth. There's your top four.
I'd
Come
quite
back to
like
that.
to see that actually.
Yeah.
If it was Coventry, Ipswich, and Middlesbrough to be the three teams.
I would love for it to be a top six without Blues or Leicester in it. After all the verbal that their fans constantly... Blues fans are just unbearable on social media. And Leicester fans are only unbearable towards Cov fans, to be fair, but which is understandable. And it works both ways, but I would love for Blues to finish in the bottom half of the table. It'd be so good.
Although, again, to be fair, they've just had a couple of
They won
back-to-back 4-0s,
haven't they?
4-0 wins,
Yeah.
haven't they? So
I think we beat them 3-0, then beat someone 4-0 and someone 5-0 there, so it's not really that impressive, is it? After beating someone 7-0 at some point. So, whatever.
yeah,
Not that impressed.
go on then. NFL. The
Fine.
Bucks. I've got nothing to talk about this week because the
Do you know
Bucks had a bye week. So getting ready, Vicky. We're getting ready for your Patriots. We're coming for you.
Yeah.
Get ready. I might not be talking to you at work next week.
I'm going to appear a little bit fraudulent because I can't remember the exact final score
Big fan there.
of the Ravens game.
Dedicated fan.
Yeah, I did. To be honest, I didn't watch Red Zone this week, but I have seen the highlights and Lamar Jackson, man.
Didn't they play the Thursday night game?
Yes, it was
this
the
time?
Thursday night game. So obviously I went on Red Zone, yeah. But obviously I didn't watch the game because the Thursday night game kicks off about midnight.
It's
so
middle of the night.
yeah, they beat the Dolphins 28-6. They were absolutely fantastic. The Dolphins suck.
The Dolphins are absolutely.
I think
ass.
Lamar Jackson in his first game back from injury threw for 204 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
We nearly got a Jackson 5, 0 interceptions. We're back. We
Yeah,
are back, baby.
He's a baller.
Yeah, I think
Absolute
who do
baller.
they play the upcoming week 10 already of the NFL season.
Yeah. I would say if you're not massively into the NFL, but you fancy giving it a watch, he's one of those players
He gets you
to
into
watch, to get you excited and get
Yeah.
you into the sport.
But what's good, and ultimately the reason I've ended up picking them, they've got a few players that are like that.
yeah.
Like Zay Flowers is the same.
Derrick Henry.
Henry's one of those
Yeah.
guys. Like Derrick Henry's like a freak of nature. Like he's just a big, massive guy. But
Yeah.
he can somehow he moves like Lightning McQueen. Yeah, they're back up to 3 and 5. I think back to third in the division. Still favourites by miles to win the division because it's obvious they're going to turn it around with Lamar.
Yeah.
With Lamar, it's so obvious that he's going to get turned around. I've got the Vikings at the weekend.
That could go. The Vikings are a funny side, a funny team this season. They can vary from absolutely spectacular to absolutely awful. So
Yeah, I think
you could win by 20, you could lose by 20. It's really
I always look at teams like that and I think every sporting league in the world has them. They're bang average. They're one of the bang. Like
Yeah.
4 and 4. They're one of the bang. They're like Atlanta Hawks always are in the NBA. They're always
they're a strange
they're always the benchmark for being absolutely
bit
average.
like Crystal Palace when all said and done they're 11th.
Yeah, exactly. But you'll get you get teams like that in every league. So yeah, hopefully end the win. But
Yeah,
we'll see. Obviously, Bucks Patriots.
Bucks Patriots is a tough one because I think the Bucks were expecting to be quite good. I don't think the Patriots were expecting to be quite as good as they are.
Well, it's two teams that are both playing pretty
Yeah.
well, isn't it?
Yeah, so the Bucks are 6 and
playing
2.
Pretty good stuff.
The Bucks are 6 and 2 coming off a bye week. The Patriots are 7 and 2, having come
Are
off.
they 7 and 2?
Yeah, having come off a really narrow 1-point win against the Falcons. last week. It's a tough one. It's in Tampa Bay, so and I think it's really really difficult to win away in the NFL. It's super difficult to win away.
I think
You've got
a lot
to be
of the
so
time,
good.
I don't know how much it has to do with it because I'm not an NFL player, but the miles travelled has to be something to do.
Yeah.
They travel such ridiculous
You
distances.
think the New England Patriots play in Foxborough, which to all intents and purposes is Boston.
Yeah.
It's a sort of greater Boston area. So you think to fly from Boston to Tampa, which is on the Florida, the Gulf Coast in Florida, you're probably talking a 3 to 4 hour flight.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. I think you're probably talking a 15-degree temperature swing as well, because it's just getting to the point where it's going to be starting to get a little bit cold in New England, but it's still summertime. It's still 25, 26 degrees every day in Florida.
But it'll be the same. In a few weeks, you'll turn on Red Zone, and the Bills stadium staff will be sweeping away snow.
Shoveling snow, for sure.
But a team will go there where the players are still turning up for practice in shorts and t-shirt, and then they're suddenly going to play in the snow. And it's like, I know it's your job and I know it works both ways, but it does create a major, major advantage.
Yeah, I'm going to go for... I think Tampa Bay will win by 3. Close game.
Do you reckon? I think the Ravens will win by 11.
I'm going to go 31-28. Tampa Bay is going to be my pick.
I'm going to go 31-20 to the Ravens.
And SJ, don't worry, we won't talk about the Giants.
They still suck, that's all I'll say.
That's straight up garbage. No, it's different. You feel bad for them with the injury, so we won't go there.
They're almost like not worth it. Yeah, to be fair, they have struggled. Like, the Dolphins are just pure cheeks. And none of their players have got a scratch. They just suck.
In between talking about the NFL and the NBA, me and Josh have quite clearly gone and got changed in a bit of a costume change because we're that big time. It definitely wasn't because the phone that we filmed this on ran out of storage.
So we are now, it's about 24 hours after the second.
Almost exactly 24 hours, isn't it? Since the last one.
Rate the Ravens blanket out of 10 in the comments.
I've got to say it's pretty nice, to be fair.
What a stinker we have had. So we recorded the podcast. It was quite a long one as well, even more annoyingly.
It would have had 50,000 views, I'm telling you.
Man. And I got up to press to stop recording, and after about 21 minutes and 40 seconds, the video cut out and we've been sat here talking to ourselves.
It was straight fire though.
It was good. So obviously, we'll still do the same top 5 category coming up.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to change the tenable because obviously you know the answers. So.
But I think we were talking. We talked about the NFL and we're about to move on to the NBA.
Yeah.
We're saying that the season is a couple of weeks old, so the teams have played about 50 games.
Yeah.
Luka is doing Luka type things.
Yeah, I think I saw on Instagram about an hour ago that Luka is currently averaging 5 more points per game than Anthony Davis and Cooper Flag combined.
Yeah.
He's currently averaging 40.
It's
pretty
crazy.
sure it's 40 bang on actually.
Crazy what he's doing. He's a absolute phenomenon. And LeBron's still with LeBron section again this week. So we're saying although he's not playing, his DNA.
Yeah, his DNA
is doing a pretty good job. I'm really happy for Bronny. We were saying he was 50 something pick
55th
in the draft, and for most of the time when a player is taken that low, they don't even ever really play in an NBA game. And I don't know if has he started yet. I don't think he started a game
I think
yet,
he started. Do you know at the end of the season where you've already made the playoffs?
Yeah.
Play those scrub games. I'm pretty sure he started one of them.
But he's playing like he's getting minutes. He's doing work. He's doing pretty well. I think.
Yeah.
And sort of powers in because he puts. I mean, we forget that
puts up with a lot of shit.
The kid had a heart attack
died,
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He collapsed on the court when he was at college and
training, wasn't it?
you know, it was touch and go for a minute as to whether he was going to make it, and now people are making fun of him because he plays in the NBA. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's one of those. I don't think people realise how good you have to be a terrible NBA player.
Yeah. Like Bronny James is a good player.
Yeah, but even the worst player in the history of the NBA is better than you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Better than all these people
Yeah.
hating. Yeah.
Yeah, he's better than you.
Yeah.
Better than the people that are talking that have got something to say. So it's good to see Bronny. Good to see him have a career.
You always wish people like that well.
It's a good time for I think for people like me. I obviously grew up watching basketball sort of 20 years before you.
Yeah.
And to see people like the sons of some great players start to come through. I think in the college arena this year, you've got like Kian Anthony, who was who's Carmelo's son.
He had 15 off the bench.
Yeah, you've got the Boozer twins. Is it Cameron and Caden? Caden, whose dad played a long career in the NBA. Carlos Boozer was a really, really good player.
Yeah.
One of my favourite players from the early 2000s, Peja Stojakovic, who played for the Sacramento Kings. His son is playing D1 college hoops this year. I can't remember his first name, but top player. Domantas Sabonis playing as a bit. He's an all-star in the NBA.
Yeah.
Now. His dad Arvidas is
yeah.
one of my all-time favourite players from any era ever. So it's kind of cool for that as well. And although LeBron's not playing at the moment, his podcast, what's it called? The one that he does.
Mind the Gap.
Mind the Game.
Mind the Game. So Mind the Gap.
With him and Steve Nash.
Yeah.
And the Steph Curry episode is brilliant because Steve Nash tells quite a funny story about how Steph effectively retired him, or sort of caused him to retire, because they played in a pre-season game, and Steph just destroyed him. Yeah, it's like Steve Nash was a two-time NBA MVP. Like he's a proper superstar, Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
guy.
Yeah, and he got absolutely killed by
Steph.
Retired by Steph. Yeah, happens.
You talk about Steph Curry, one of the best, if not the best point guard.
Probably the
certainly
best, really.
By a million miles the best shooter.
Yeah.
That's ever played. It's amazing how those players come. You have that point in your life where you realise you're good enough. Then you have that point in your life where you realise you're better than everybody else.
Yeah. And
then you have that point in your life where you think,
it might be done. Yeah.
perhaps it's time to retire. Yeah. To be fair to Steve Nash, I think he played until he was like 37, 38.
He was quite old when he
had
wasn't he?
A pretty good go of it.
Yeah.
So the sport done in two different outfits. We're not going to do a costume change at this point.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think we'll move straight on to the news. And you've got the news article for this week, Clark.
They have decided to put. Which is just hilarious.
Have they decided, or is it something they're proposing?
I can't remember. Because I think it's a thing they're going to do. I'm pretty sure it said it was already done. I'll find the article now. I do know it off by heart, just for the wording. Although I can't remember where I saw it. So yeah. Anyway, I can't find it. So they're basically putting a 3p per mile tax on electric cars.
Electric vehicles, yeah.
Which is absolutely ridiculous. Bear in mind how much they begged people to get electric cars because they're amazing for the environment and they're fantastic and everyone needs one because they're the future and they're what's going to save our planet. And now they're taxing people at bore.
I think what they didn't, and it is stupid, but I think this is a problem that's kind of probably 7 or 8 years or more now in the making. Because what they didn't consider when they were encourage people to have an electric vehicle, you didn't have to pay road tax on the vehicle.
Yeah.
So for every petrol or every fossil fuel car that's being replaced by an electric vehicle every year, that road tax revenue is being lost. Yeah. And to start with, when you would very rarely see 7 or 8 years ago, you might have seen one or two, like a Nissan Leaf or something,
Yeah.
rolling around the city. You wouldn't see many, but now you think you can walk up and down this road and probably see 10 or 20
If you just think
electric vehicles.
it's just another every week there seems to be an area of life that gets more expensive for not really much reason.
But I think
It's just mental. It's like it almost just comes across to the general public as an excuse to just make people pay more money for something.
it is one thing on top of the other, but I do think if they'd have thought about this years ago when they were bringing
Yeah.
electric vehicles in, if they'd have said at some point we're not going to be able to have these vehicles be tax free forever, because if we get to a point where everybody swaps to electric
You lose all
and
the money,
nobody's paying any road tax, then and I do think there does need to be, in my opinion anyway, there does need to be some sort of fee on electric vehicles, because they do wear the road out quicker,
Yeah.
because they are heavier. They
Why-
do have an impact.
Why have they not just set something like a price chart like they do on like the M6 toll, where it's like £6 for an electric vehicle, £10 for a normal vehicle, £15 for a lorry, £12 for a van.
Well, I
Do you know
think
what I mean?
with-
Like that sort of thing. But for road tax, it's like just a set price, no matter what car you have.
Well, with road tax, it's done by the size of the engine of the vehicle. So the bigger the engine is, and the different fuels make a difference as well. The more expensive. So if you've got a big diesel Range Rover,
Yeah.
you might pay £600 or £700 a year in road tax. If you've got a little Peugeot or a little Citroen C1, you might pay £20 or £30
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
But I think they sort of incentivise people to switch to electric, and one of the perks was the lack of road tax. But I don't know if it was obvious or common sense would have dictated that at some point that wasn't going to be able to carry on forever.
But the problem is, like you've just said, is that requires a certain amount of thought.
Yeah, but you think
And that's
since
not exactly where
and
our country
well,
thrives.
you have that
thoughts.
sort of, if you think since electric vehicles first started getting introduced, we've had two different parties in government, but we've probably had 4 or 5
different
prime ministers.
Yeah.
So you have 4 or 5 different transport secretaries. The cabinet shifts around all the time. But it would have required some thought, and you see, a lot of people have bought electric vehicles on the base. One of the things is, I haven't got to pay tax on this vehicle, and now you have got to pay a road tax. In some ways, I don't mind it, because I think we're all road users. We should all be contributing towards the upkeep of the road. I think what you want to see more than anything is if I'm paying road tax on my vehicle, I want to be driving my vehicle on decent quality roads.
Yeah.
And that's what isn't happening at the moment.
That's what's stupid, isn't it? It's like you currently pay road tax, and you only have to drive down there, and you're like,
Yeah, it's almost only passable by 4-wheel drive.
yeah.
At the moment.
It's like you can feel
That's
like
the frustration. I think we'd all be quite happy to contribute our couple of £100 a year
if it was
if the roads were decent. But you think, well, what am I paying for?
Yeah, that you do wonder, don't you? I'm just gonna check. I'm not even gonna edit this bit out. I'm just gonna check we're still rolling. Yeah, we're all good.
We're still on.
Rizzle.
Because we went through this bit yesterday, and it's a difficult subject to talk about, but it is a subject that I really want to talk about and kind of repeat the conversation a little bit that we had yesterday. So the news is going to be slightly different this time. So obviously when we recorded the first bit yesterday, it was the 5th of November, it's obviously the 6th today. 4th of November is always a date that sort of sticks in my mind. So it was the 23rd anniversary of the passing of my teammate Ernesto. So we haven't done anything on the podcast about basketball or basketball careers yet, but I think people that know me, mostly watch this podcast, will know that I had a bit of a sort of professional basketball career back in the early 2000s, and one of the clubs I played in Spain, and my teammate Ernesto suffered a catastrophic heart attack on the court during a game, and sadly didn't make it, passed away, and actually his funeral was on his 21st birthday. So this week I always I think about Ernesto a lot anyway, but particularly this week, and I thought it kind of hit home a little bit, because obviously something that you've been through, or your team that you currently play for have been through this week.
Yeah, I think yesterday when I spoke about it, I felt like I spoke about it forever. So yeah, I'll probably keep it a bit shorter and sweet for this time round. But yeah, similar situation, but not quite as extreme. But like we said yesterday, equally as sad. I had a teammate, Zaki, that was battling cancer for about a year and a half, 2 years, which unfortunately is about the amount of time I've played there for. So I didn't actually get to play with Zaki for the longest amount of time. I did get to play with him for a bit, and then most of it, the rest of it would have just been training and stuff, unfortunately, because of his illness. Apart from somehow at the end of last year when he just started training again.
Yeah, that little period, didn't he, where you thought, he was going to be, going to be okay.
He was fighting it like an absolute hero.
Like a champ, yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately he passed away last Tuesday. So thankfully around his friends and family.
Yeah.
Which I just think is, in the long run, when you come back to think on stuff like this, just means so much more.
Yeah.
The fact that was how it happened. But yeah, I doubt anyone watching this podcast knows who he is. So he was just an amazing person, really good player. But I don't think in the long run anyone even cares who cares about that. He was just an amazing human being.
I mean, the basketball side of it almost doesn't matter, but he was.
That just happens to be how I knew him.
Yeah, he was a good player.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And he was one of those people, we were saying when we were talking about this yesterday. He was one of those guys that, like, similar to Ernesto, really, in that you always knew he was there.
Yeah.
Because he was one of those personalities where, like, he was quite a outgoing, flamboyant kind of character.
But not in like this gobby little knob.
Yeah, no, he was a lovely guy. He was a really sort of the kind of character that, when you think about it from a coach's point of view, you kind of want a guy like that on the team.
He's just a good guy to have in the building. Like, he's just one of those sort of people.
I mean, he was talented, but he was
above everything
a good personality as well, and a good person, which almost matters more.
Yeah, he's one of those people where it was almost like you'd open the doors into a sports centre and be like, oh, nice, like Zaki's here. Like, which he was a lot.
It's going to be a good session. He's locked up.
Like, it's what I was saying yesterday as well. Like, usually when you walk in, you give it like he was one of those guys. He did these like massive and then he got like a big hug each time.
And he was proper. He was sort of properly committed to the sort of the Flames team and to sort of basketball in Coventry, and was a sort of pretty good ambassador for basketball in Coventry. It's interesting because I was thinking, what made me think about it was obviously it's something that is very fresh for you and for your sort of team and your teammates. It's sort of very fresh and very raw at the moment. Whereas for me, I look back on it and I think about Ernesto, and it was almost like it was a different lifetime.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of able to look at it from a slightly different perspective. And I can remember back to the impact that it had on me, and I kind of, you deal with it how you deal with it, don't you? And you kind of, you never know how something like death. I mean, Ernesto was a guy that I'd lived with only for a few months, but I'd lived with him, and you become, as you know from those situations, you become incredibly tight because you're in each other's pockets. I mean, we were playing basketball full time, so you're in each other's pockets and you see each other all day. I saw as much of Ernesto as often as I did your mum at that point, and so it becomes very difficult. You look back on it and you think, I remember going to training. We had a first training session, so because I played in the north of Spain and Ernesto lived in Malaga, which is right at the
Right
very
in the
southern
south,
tip,
yeah.
and that's where his funeral. Although he died in Logroño, his funeral took place, I think, about 2 or 3 days after his death in Malaga. So we drove down, and we drove for his funeral, and then drove back on the bus about 13, 14 hours each way. I remember having that. We had a sort of first bit of an open training session where guys just show up, nothing really structured, nothing really organised. It would just show up, have a bit of a shoot, just be together more than anything else. And I remember going in the gym and into the sports hall. We had fantastic facilities in Spain. We played in an arena that held about 2,000 people. And I remember being in there thinking, like,
what's the point? Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And at that point, basketball was my job. I trained on that team. I trained 3 times a day, like 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
what's the point?
and I always wish. I mean, as I say, you deal with these things how you deal with them. But I always look back and I think, man, I wish rather than being like mopey and down on my luck about it, I wish I'd have had the capacity and the brain power to have been able to have turned that around and been like, and understood that I'm very lucky to do what I do, and it can be taken away as quickly as it can be given to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the difficult bit for you guys now, where it's all really
in
fresh.
that current stage, isn't it?
And it's in that sort of, it's still the morning phase.
Yeah.
Really, isn't it? But I think it's the one thing I hope the sort of the Flames guys, and obviously I know a couple of the people that are involved with it. I hope they're able, because you were saying yesterday, if training was bad, Zachy would be pissed.
Obviously, when we recorded this yesterday, training was yesterday, but it's now obviously 2 days ago, the first session back, and like we all got into a big circle, which was like the men's team, the men's twos team, and the girls' team. It was like everyone, so quite a lot of people, and like Louis the coach sort of spoke a little bit and like come from like properly from the heart, because that Zachy was like his son. But like when that circle broke and we started playing, we did 11 man, and I was just like, I felt like hollow here, and I was like, I just don't even know what to do with myself. I was like, and obviously people react to stuff differently. Like some people react to death quite well, and it's just like one of those things that you take, and it's like it happens. Like I personally don't react very well to it. Like it makes me think a lot, and like just I hate it.
It's a very personal thing, isn't it?
So it's like I just hate that. Like I didn't even like finding out people that I don't know have passed away, let alone like people I actually was like liked and was like friends with and like teammates with and stuff like that. So it is just rubbish. I think thankfully this week's game has been postponed because of this. Yeah. Which is good because it gives everyone a little bit more time to sort of like compile your thoughts back together. Yeah. Sort yourselves out, and then because we probably realistically with this group we should finish probably top 2 or 3 in the league this year at least. So it's like you don't want to let the season just completely go off a rail. And like you were just saying, and like I said yesterday, out of all the people I know and I've played basketball with, Zachy would be up there on a list of people that would be pissed if we let this ruin basketball. Yeah. And so he would hate if we trained badly because of us being upset about him. Do you know what I mean? So and I think like, I know that. As difficult as it is, it's almost critical for, or important for the guys on the team to kind of try and turn it around and try and use it as fuel, if you like, and use it as like, it's almost Zachy's a bit of a mascot or whatever you want to call him. He's something that rather than pinning everything and moping about it because he's not here, he's like a symbol. It's always he's a symbol of how we want it. You know how he wanted to play. You know how he played the game. How he did things. What he would, the standards that he would want everyone to play for. Yeah. And probably the best thing you guys as a team can do in his memory is play in the way that he would want to see you play. Mm-hmm. And he would want everyone to be at their max. Like, he was quite an expressive player. The way he played, wasn't he? He was creative. He was good off the dribble. He was crafty and he could shoot the ball. He could get to the basket. He would want you guys to kind of play with that
with that intent and with that enjoyment as well, because we're sport at any level. It's a privilege, isn't it? Because you can't do. I mean, I'm too fucking old and knackered to do it now.
Yeah.
But you guys aren't. So while you've got the opportunity, why not try and do it?
Yeah, exactly.
To the best as you can.
Yeah. Shout out to Zach and Ernesto.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
I think, like you were saying yesterday, this is something you said yesterday that we haven't said yet today. It's like this period of time will stick with me forever.
Yeah.
And it'll always, as long as I know these people, it will always be like it was 10 years since Zaki.
Yeah.
Past what? It was 20 years. It was 15. Next year it'll be, oh man, that was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Damn,
and you look at it. Say as time goes on, you look at it from a very different perspective each time, because the distance between you and the event happening, as it gets longer,
yeah,
you view it in a very, very different way. And it'd be interesting. Hopefully we're still doing this podcast this time next year.
Yeah.
And I'll still be remembering Ernesto,
exactly,
as you will be with Zaki, and it'll be interesting to see how the sort of perspective on things has changed 12 months down the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. Let's move on to something slightly more upbeat and positive, shall we? Although those guys can be a positive light as well. Our WTF.
Yeah, I haven't got one for this week.
So,
you have, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it counts as it's not something that's really annoying me per se, as it is something that's been in the press a lot, and it's ticket prices for football. So Coventry have been hammered a little bit in the press or on social media, particularly.
Yeah, we are getting absolutely
over the last couple of weeks, because a few weeks ago when we played Birmingham, and in a couple of weeks' time when we play West Brom, it's 45 quid a ticket for the away end is the issue, but it's also 45 quid in the home end as well.
It should be more expensive in the home
if you can get a ticket. And the sort of the debate is it shouldn't be that much, and I think West Brom supporters clubs and all that kind of stuff are kind of calling on their fans to boycott. Much like Birmingham City did, and 3,000 of them rocked up and still paid 45 quid. It's one of those, I get where people are coming from.
I do.
I recognise that football tickets, I can't afford to go to a Cov game every week because I can't afford a season ticket and I can't afford the weekly cost of it.
I think it's an absolute disgrace that a football ticket for an away fan would be £45. However, it's not like Covs are £45 and everyone else's are a tenner.
Yeah.
It's expensive to go and watch everyone away, pretty much. I think Blackburn's are probably like 15 quid and stuff like that. But come on,
there was a lot of fans chipping in and hammering Coventry, and I noticed on social media today, it's 50 quid to go and watch Leicester.
At home though, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a home fan. I think Leicester's home tickets for the Stoke game are £49 for adults. But obviously that is in the home end. I imagine the away tickets will be about 30.
But they're still under the Premier League cap because they're on the Premier League parachute.
Is that how it works?
So for Southampton, I think for Ipswich,
it's
and for Leicester,
30 quid.
Is it 30 or 35?
Yeah, 30 is the max in the Prem. So that's I had no idea if you're still under the parachute payments, you could only charge 30 quid.
Apparently so.
That should be the cap. And realistically, if it's £30 in the Prem, it probably should be 20 in the Championship.
When you factor in travel, you factor in like the quality of football. All right, because I think Coventry categorise their games. So like Leicester, Birmingham, or West Brom.
Oh, there's loads in category.
And Swansea, because it's Boxing Day, are considered like. They're almost like A+ games, so it makes it more expensive. I mean, everything's more expensive these days, isn't it? Food shopping's more. You go to the cinema, it's more than it used to be. You go to a music concert, it's brutal to get.
Well, this is the argument because Doug King, the owner, for those that don't know, came out and said that he'd looked at other prices of entertainment and how much it cost to do stuff like that, and based the prices accordingly. But you don't go to a concert every week. Like Oasis tickets were £100, but you don't go and watch Oasis every Saturday,
I
do
think
you?
for your real die-hard, go to every game kind of fans,
It's just not right.
when you're already talking about £500, probably the mean average price of a season ticket in the Championship is probably somewhere between £450 and £600.
Yeah.
I would guess.
I personally think for an away fan, you should be able to go as a family of 4 for less than £100 maximum. Absolutely, maximum.
especially in the Championship.
In an away end,
because you're not talking about. I mean, I think the Championship is a brilliant league because it's brilliantly competitive.
Yeah.
But you think there's a consequence after. I mean, I remember a few years ago, I could take you as when you were a kid. I could take you as a child ticket and get myself an adult ticket for probably about £40 combined.
Yeah.
But that was in the days where nobody was going.
Yeah.
So I think the club are in a situation where the ground's full every week. It's hard to get tickets. We wanted to go to. I wanted to go to the Sheffield United game on Tuesday, and you couldn't get a ticket, so
tough.
Couldn't go. And it's a great problem for the club to have. But I think if they're selling out the games every week, then they've got the pricing
correct. Yeah.
About right, haven't they? Because people will go. If it gets too expensive, people won't go.
The only problem is you don't want to do is like you don't want fans as a league. If Cov are going to keep charging that much to away fans, for it to be a standard as the fans across the league that you don't go and watch Cov away, and we constantly have rubbish away, or the away ends are only full of people that can afford it, because that would be rubbish.
Well, you don't want clubs
and good fans miss out on football because of
that's
when it's supposedly a working class sport.
I always think you need a good atmosphere. I always think a good atmosphere in a football stadium requires a good away crowd.
It does, yeah.
You need good away fans.
I've never seen a good atmosphere at the CBS unless the away fans have been good.
I know we lost, but if you think back to the playoff semi-final first leg last season against Sunderland, the atmosphere in the stadium during the whole of that game was unreal.
Because the fans made
their fans were loud.
Exactly.
So our fans sort of were extra loud to compensate for that, and it makes such a good atmosphere within the ground. That's what you go to see, isn't it? As much as the football, you go to be part of that atmosphere, and I think you want to be encouraging rather than discouraging away fans from going. I mean, we're relatively straightforward in Coventry because we're in the middle, so we're not that. There's no mass. I mean, for some of the teams, the likes of Middlesbrough, Southampton, Portsmouth, Norwich, Ipswich, Swansea, they've got a little bit further to travel, but a lot of teams are probably within 2 hours of us. But you want
for the most part,
you want to encourage. I think our away end holds 2,700 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Probably something like that.
You want there to be at least 2,000
minimum
away fans coming to it. I mean, there's certain teams that aren't very well supported. The likes of Blackburn, where they don't get that many people go to watch their own games. They're not going to get loads of their away games. But it's an interesting debate at the moment, and I think whatever clubs do, there is on the one hand that they'll be accused of being greedy, because whatever they do, it's going to price somebody out of it.
Yeah.
So they'll always be accused of being greedy. I don't know whether the league could come in like the Premier League has.
I don't understand how there hasn't been a cap forever.
It seems strange to me that there's a cap in the Premier League, but there isn't in the
yet.
lower leagues.
Exactly.
That seems strange to me.
The other way around, wouldn't you? If anything. But yeah, is it top 5's time?
Which top 5?
Obviously, we already done this yesterday, and I'm still upset and aggravated. So I'll let you just introduce it.
I'm going straight in. I don't care. I know we had a repeat of this, but whatever. Argue amongst yourselves. So our top 5 this week. Josh is already pissed. Look at him. You're absolutely raging.
I'm not even sure I want to take part. I might just let you do all 5. I don't see the point.
This week is a top 5 in no particular order. It's the top 5 chocolate bars. Controversial topic, I know. We had sweets last week, and
I won.
I got absolutely hammered for it by Josh because I chose a perfectly acceptable sweet. But we're not going to get into that. So, top 5 chocolate bars in no particular order, and I'm going in at number 1. I'm going straight in at number 1 with a Bounty. And I don't care what you think. And I think that everybody likes Bounties. You just all think it's cool not to like them.
I don't
because you saw something once, oh, I don't like Bounties. Oh, well, I won't like Bounties either then.
So what I don't understand is how you've managed in last week's top 5 to give joysticks as an answer and somehow come in this week with worse. It's like having a pack of cards and you get the number 3 and someone asks you higher or lower and you somehow pick lower and it's right. It's like the bar, you can only just get more of a ridiculous suggestion and you've somehow managed to do it.
What's wrong with the Bounty?
Jesus.
Nothing.
Christ. At least I like a joystick. A Bounty is embarrassing.
Why?
I can't believe
Why?
Because no actual human being thinks, oh, I could do with a nice little sweet treat here and picks coconut.
Bounties.
Oh, you're an animal.
I'm going to say Bounties, right, are the LeBron James of the chocolate world.
They're not.
People don't like LeBron
They're
James,
just not.
and they've got no idea why.
They're not.
If you say to someone that puts stuff on that hates LeBron James, and they say, why do you hate him? They can't give you a sensible answer. You talk to somebody, and you say, oh, Bounty's a top chocolate bar, and they tell you that they hate a Bounty, and you say to them, why? You can't give me a sensible answer as to why you don't like a Bounty. Bounties are officially the LeBron James of the chocolate world.
I'll tell you exactly what type of person he is.
You can't Google it.
No.
Why don't I like Bounty?
I'll tell you, if you want to do NBA analogies for a Bounty, a Bounty is the Dylan Brooks of the chocolate bar. Everyone hates it, and I can tell you exactly the reasons why.
But I asked you why you don't like a Bounty, and you
coconut.
Went, it's a disgrace.
They're coconut. That's why. It's coconut covered in chocolate, which is ridiculous.
Top tier chocolate bar.
What a waste
Don't
of
care.
chocolate.
Not hearing
Absolutely.
it. La.
Thing. And they've had the nerve in the celebration boxes to replace eclairs. So they've looked through a celebration box and thought the problem was an eclair, which, by the way, is one of the best things in there.
You go into any workplace in the country in January, right? And I guarantee you the only things left in the bottom of the big chocolate boxes are fudges and eclairs.
Fudge are one of the
maybe Milky Ways, because no one likes them.
I like them all, but to look into a box of celebrations and to think that eclair is the problem and not a Bounty is just absolutely ridiculous. This is the type of world we live in now, where for some reason this world right now can't realise what the actual problem with stuff is, and this just is the epitome
Bounty,
of that. And eclair is the problem over a Bounty. Brilliant.
Elite tier chocolate.
Jesus, I can't believe it sometimes. I don't even know what I was going to say for my first one now.
Well, what are you going for then? Come on, Captain Chocolate Expert.
I'm not even that into chocolate, by the way. I can't even remember that.
I don't care whatever you're going to say. I'm just going to say I hate them. So
I think my first. So obviously we've already done this yesterday, but I started to overthink my decisions. I'm just not very good with chocolate, but I think I will go with. No, John. I'm scrapping what I said yesterday about Cadbury's caramel. I'm going with just plain Cadbury's dairy milk.
I'll take
That's
that.
what I'm going.
Brief interruption. So we've got elite tier with Bounty. We're still waiting for your.
Yeah, I'll just go. I'm going for an absolutely bog standard, and this is how much I'm not really into chocolate. Bog standard dairy milk, Cadbury's dairy milk. So
Classic. Keep it simple.
Yeah, I'm not. If I was to pick chocolate, I'm not into all the mad stuff. So I'll just keep it really simple and go with the.
Keep it nice and plain.
Keep it nice and simple.
Nothing wrong. I'd agree. Actually, that belongs on the top 5 list.
Yeah, there's a reason why Cadbury's got so big, and it's because they started with that.
Simple. Although it's not as good as it used to be. I know I sound like a right old fart when I say that.
Yeah, but back in my
day. When I were a lad, it's not.
It isn't as good as it used to be. No. I don't really know why, because I don't know what the ingredients were, but whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 3. We're going double decker.
That's number 1, by the way.
If I was ranking them,
yeah,
Double Decker would narrowly beat out Bounty to be number one.
The Double Decker is definitely.
It's got everything you want. It's a bit chewy. It's got some chocolate. It's got some biscuit.
Yeah,
if you're starving,
class. It's class.
Amazing, high quality chocolate bar, Double Decker.
So one thing I was going to put on the list, because it's sort of a Double Decker, but it's not. Is, do you know have you had a toffee crisp in the orange packet? So they're sort of they're good for the same reason, as in they're like, you get the crispy bit, you get the sweet bit, you get
variety.
the chocolatey bit.
Yeah.
But they're not good enough for a top 5 list. But they're sort of like, if Conor Maher's the B-Tech Jack Grealish, then like a toffee crisp is a B-Tech Double Decker.
It's a Double Decker.
Yeah, it's not one of those things.
Or a B-Tech Lion Bar.
Yeah.
Really retro.
My next one, my last one, is going to be a Kit Kat Chunky. I think we said count.
Solid. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have normal Kit Kat, but I'm not sure. I don't really want to count those as proper.
How chocolatey does a biscuit have to be a chocolate bar and not a cookie?
Well, we said this, didn't we? Yeah. It's technically a Kit Kat's a wafer, isn't it? But whatever.
I think it's in the chocolate bar section in the shop.
Exactly. I personally think Kit Kat Chunkies are absolutely class, so I'm going with that.
Solid choice.
All flavours are decent.
The last one, see, I was going to, just because I knew it would really irritate you again and it would have been funny, I was going to go for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
They don't count as a chocolate bar.
Because they are a high class. Yeah, I did think
they're so overrated, it's a joke.
So I decided to keep it simple with my last choice, a bit like you did with the Cadbury's Dairy Milk, and go Snickers.
Yeah, easily in the top 5.
Solid choice.
And in fact, that's probably second on my actual list. If I was to rank them, I would have gone Double Decker, Snickers, Cadbury's, Kit Kat.
Let us know in the comments what we missed. Is there anything we're not having? By the way, none of your bagged chocolate, so you can't have stuff like your Maltesers,
chocolate
M&Ms, Revels, chocolate buttons, that kind of stuff. They don't count. We're talking chocolate bars.
You can't have like cereal bars or like the penguins, you know, like the little ones or anything like that. That doesn't count as they're like chocolate biscuit bars, like and then yesterday I asked in the comments to leave a score out of 100 for how ridiculous a Bounty is. I would have given a 4. Consider I've changed that and I want to give an adjective. So just give an adjective as to how you feel about how ridiculous, or just a one-word description of how you feel about a Bounty being in the top 5 list. If you agree, just put like stupendous or something. If you think ridiculous, then put that, 'cause that's what I would put.
Can we try and educate this guy?
I can't believe it's
give
in
him
the
a
top
little
5.
bit of culture and help him see the light.
It's a bit
of
embarrassing.
how amazing. It's a bit, again, I said Bounty was the LeBron James of chocolate. It's kind of the Crocs of chocolate as well. No, everyone thinks Crocs are ridiculous until they buy a pair.
LeBron James and Crocs are 2 of the top 5 things ever. And you've somehow managed to compare it to a Bounty. That's a disgrace.
People get to an age where they discover Crocs. And up to that point they think they're shit.
LeBron James and Crocs are like the Guinness and pizza. Not a Bounty.
Right, anyway.
Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, that's the
let's
top 5.
Let's get a Tenable on the go.
Yeah, so yesterday's Tenable that we did, it's annoying that we had to re-record it because it was actually a really good one.
It was pretty good.
Although you didn't do very well.
I didn't do very well.
So,
That was it. It was a top 10 streaming artist on Spotify.
Top 10 all-time streamed artists on Spotify, which I think this is going to be a bit of a cop-out for you because I think you got 1.
No, I got more than that. I got about 4 or 5, I think.
No, you didn't. You got maximum 2.
Because
you got Drake and Taylor Swift.
And Taylor Swift. I got The Weeknd.
Oh yeah, you did. You got 3. That was definitely
3 or 4, yeah.
Today's we have got top 10 US states by population.
Top 10.
Let me repeat, not by size, by population.
By population.
For people watching. So I've only got the top 10 list. I've not got the rest.
Okay, so let's. I think a couple of the big states are going to be relatively well populated.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with California.
Number what?
I reckon California might, because LA's a pretty big city. San Francisco's a pretty big city. I think California might be about number 4.
Number 1.
Number 1, is it?
39 million.
Wow. Okay.
39 million people in California at number 1.
I'll go another big state. I'll go Texas.
Number 2. 31 million.
Yeah. If we go for, in those numbers, New York's quite small, but it has got. I think New York City is the most populated city in the States. I'll go for New York.
Number 4.
So 1, 2, and 4.
19.5 million people.
Yeah. Let's go for Pennsylvania.
Number 5 with 13 million. So you've got 1, 2, 4, 5.
Let's go for Florida.
Number 3
That was Florida.
with 23 million. So you've now got the top 5.
It starts to get a little bit more
It does start
difficult.
to
I'm
get
trying to think of
difficult.
places where there's. Trying to think of states where there's more than one big city.
I'm pretty sure number 7, from my knowledge, I'm pretty sure, is absolutely enormous, but not that many people in comparison. But I'm pretty sure it's enormous. Like,
Okay,
I think
well,
there's a
see-
lot of nothing, but I might be wrong.
We'll
so.
see when we get there. See, really big states like Montana, Alaska, places they're not going to
They've
go
got
in
the
there
people in
because
there.
they're huge by area, but there's not very many people live there. Let's go for Ohio.
That's the one I was talking about, number 7. Yeah,
I think Ohio's
11.8
quite-
million.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's quite big though, isn't it? But there's a lot of
We got
stuff,
two.
like
You've
farms
got
and
2 big cities. You've got Cleveland and Cincinnati, and Columbus, of course, as
Yeah.
well.
So you
Let's-
need 6, 8, 9, 10.
Let's go for. Have I said Illinois yet?
Is that a guess?
Let's go for Illinois.
Illinois is number 6. So you've now got the top 7. That was 12.5 million.
I'm doing better than I thought I would do on this.
So the last ones you've got 11 million, 10.9 million, and 10.1 million to finish us off. 8, 9,
I'm
10.
going to go for Georgia.
That is number 8. 11 milli. So you've got 9 and 10 left.
Just 9 and
Damn.
10. Let's go for. Trying to think of other places that have got reasonably big cities in them. See, somewhere like Massachusetts is probably because Boston's a big city, but it's the only thing.
See, what's good about Tenable is you've got 8 out of 10 quite easily there. But you could quite easily get 3 wrong answers in a row.
There's another 42 states to go.
Yeah,
Isn't there?
exactly, yeah.
Let's go for. I'm not totally convinced it's going to be right, but I think there's at least 2 reasonably big cities in the state. Let's go for Arizona.
Wrong.
So I was thinking Phoenix and Flagstaff
yeah,
are both
yeah.
pretty big. What were the amounts of people in each state?
10.9 and 10.1.
10.9 and 10.1. What about North Carolina?
That is number 9. 10.9. You got 1 more left. 2 wrong
I'll be
answers to give. You got to get it now. Come on.
I'll be
surely.
absolutely amazed if I get this. Trying to think where else. There's some big city, like decent size. So I'm thinking Missouri, possibly. Okay, no, that's my guess. I'm saying.
Is that
Missouri.
your guess?
Yeah.
Incorrect. You've got 1 guess
Oh.
left and 1 answer to get.
Oh, the tension's unbearable.
So Arizona and Missouri, your 2 wrong answers. They are not in there. On the list I've got.
Is it a state that I'm going to kick myself if I don't get it? Probably.
Yeah, it's one of like the known ones. Like if you were to say to people, name the 50 states, most people wouldn't get 50, but most of them would say this. I would definitely say this. I couldn't name all 50 states right now.
That makes it even worse. Washington.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you absolutely positive?
Yeah.
Right, without revealing the answer, I'll give you a chance now to either go back on it or stick with the answer. I'll give you the choice.
No, I'm going to stick with. I'm going to go with Washington.
Wrong. What do you think it is?
Well, we obviously fucking don't know. do
No.
I?
What would your next guess have been though?
So I was thinking. I think there's a couple of decent sized towns in Kentucky, so that might have been another.
No, it's Michigan.
Fucking Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Detroit must have like at least half of that.
Probably over, yeah.
In just the city alone, yeah.
Yeah, because I think places like Ann Arbor and East Lansing, although they're university towns, I don't think they're that big.
No.
Oh man, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, you could have got when they
Damn.
only had. I thought the one that would throw you off would have been North Carolina. I thought that was going to be the one you wouldn't get. So once you got that, I was like, "We can do it now." That's why I said I said that you've got to do it now because you only have Michigan left.
Oh,
I thought that
wounded,
was what you would have said earlier. Actually,
I should have got all 10.
you probably could have, to be fair. Although it is tough. Like Tenable is difficult to get all.
Well,
10
yeah,
right?
it shouldn't. Yeah, that was a good one. I like
that was a good one, wasn't it? It's annoying that we've used because we struggle with the non-sport ones, and it's annoying that we've used one up that can't be uploaded.
It wasn't recorded. Yeah.
So a bit annoying, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you. And
for next week's again,
we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe and all that. Bye.
Bye bye.